every time I hear a new thing in the Epstein files, I'm just like, why isn't anything happening right now? Why aren't there
that's how I feel, dude.
If this were a movie, it would be the part where like the armed men come in and start dragging people away while everyone slow collapse, but nothing's happening. I heard that Microsoft's stock dipped.
Oh no! Why?
It's
crazy.
No! Oh no! Is he now the 13th richest man in the world?
80s? Yeah. I, in my head, I'm like, Trump should be cooked. JD Vance should be president right now. Like, how is he still in power? Like, with all the corruption, the bribes, the raping of women, the raping of children, what are we doing here? How is this guy still the leader of the free world? Like, and it's not like my world gets a whole lot better when JD Vance is president. It's not like suddenly he'll implement Woody's policies, but he should be president.
Yeah. I think that like we still have a smoking gun that would make me 100% sure, but he's mentioned in those Epstein files 38,000 times. And the second most mentioned person is mentioned roughly 2,500 times. And then it drops to like 1,500 and 1,000 and the hundreds below that. He's the main topic of interest or person of interest in those files. And then when I think her name's Caitlin Clark or something like that from CNN, she's got a very angular face. She's pretty.
Collins. Caitlin Clark is the basketball player.
Thank you. Obviously, Caitlin Collins. When she's like, "Sir, what about these Epstein files? Are we still talking about that? I heard that what did come out actually vindicated me. It absolved me. Yeah, it absolved me." And
he always says that.
I heard that it made me look great. And you're a very ugly person. I never seen you smile. 10 years. I've been seeing you here. Never seen you smile. And frankly, you're a sick person.
It's pretty crazy.
Embarrassed by you. And he like dresses her down. And I'm watching it at home. And I'm like, why doesn't she fucking say, "Sir, we all think you're a pedophile. That's why I'm asking."
She said, like, "Well, I'm asking about the Epstein files," which I thought was a pretty good reply. Like, you can't hear her very well. He's talking over her, and he's the president. He's got the big mic. She's like, "I'm talking about the Epstein files. Like, I'm supposed to bring in humor. Like, what do you want?" You know, but
she should have said, "It may be funny to you, sir, because you seem to have gotten away with pedophilia and rape and potentially murder, according to what's in the files. I don't know who your information is, who's telling you that you've been vindicated in these files, but it's quite the opposite, sir. Much of America believes that you are a ghoul." Sort of a Count Dracula type character.
Is Trump's name is in the Epstein files 38,000 times, they say, which is more than Harry Potter's name is in all 7 books combined.
I saw that.
You saw that.
I was just about to bring that up. Yeah.
That's the kind of data point I want to be brought to the president. So are you aware that your name is mentioned more times in the Epstein files than Harry Potter's is, and
he'd
all
spin it.
7 of the novels?
He'd spin it positively.
He'd be like, series.
"They can't keep me out of their mouth," or some shit.
"They love me."
He might spin it. the children do, You
can't spin this. It's
love
like
me.
And I hate that no one is holding his feet to the fire, because I feel like we used to do that. When Clinton got caught lying about that blowjob, they fucking questioned his ass. They fucking drug him over the coals. We want to know, what kind of cigar you stuck in her pussy, Mr. President? What brand was it? Did you moisten it first before you inserted it? Like, we had to know the nitty-gritty details of this man. And I was a kid at the time. I was 7, but I still remember that, like, they drug him through those hearings. It was on the front page of every paper. President fucking caught in sex scandal, Monica Lewinsky. We're talking about jism at at the table, whether it washes out or can be detected by UV light. These are conversations I'm having at 7. Very awkward. And we're just not getting that. It's just business as usual.
Like anyone's demanding Kamala is president. It should be JD Vance.
I think it should be JD Vance too. I think that there's enough like evidence that if nothing else, I think it just makes the office of the presidency look bad that you keep someone with that much evidence against them in there. It's like, there's a lot of shit here, sir.
There's a whole fucking wiki page of just rape allegations for.
And then I saw
the free world.
And yesterday they at Caitlin Clark and who's my Tulsi Gabbard are at the are accusing Obama of essentially treason and saying they're investigating Obama for treason, and they're laying out the case against him. And they're like, "Are we talking about charging the president with treason?" And she's like, "That's a question for Kristi Noem." And it's like, fuck, what are they doing? Like, are they going to try
It's
to
a
arrest
question
Barack
for her,
Obama?
then probably no.
Well, she's the the
Oh, I know. She just feels kind
what
of
is she, the chief law officer? What's her name? What do they call
Attorney
that?
General.
Attorney
Pam
General.
Bondi?
General. That
Yeah.
person. Yeah.
I like yours better. The chief
law
lawyer.
person.
The chief law
Chief
person.
lawyer.
Chief
She
law
speaks in
person.
parcel tongue.
Yeah.
Harry
Do you remember
Potter
that law firm early on that buckled to Trump and like represented him for free? It turns out he's in the Epstein files. He just got outed and like retired from the board. He's no longer with that law firm. But now we know why he buckled, because they had dirt on him.
Did you see there's a letter, there's this one email from a woman to Jeffrey Epstein, and she's like, my 15-year-old daughter's having 5 friends over this weekend. You should come by. And like there's ghoulish shit in there.
What a terrible
left and
mother.
right. There was another one where they released all the photos from his mansion in New York. His mansion in New York was 7 floors, 21,000 square feet in
Whose
like
mansion?
Manhattan or something. Epstein's.
Okay.
It's ridiculously creepy and oddly decorated.
Yeah.
And they found a
cool.
bunch more like birthday letters. One of them's from Woody Allen,
Of course.
also a pedophile.
He's
and,
involved.
and of course he's involved.
I'm curious about the Melania movie.
You want to see the Melania movie?
Sounds
it's like
boring.
I have to know. It's about the 30 days leading up to the inauguration or something. Do I have
I
that
bet they've
right?
got a lot of footage from
Oh,
that. Is my
I thought
guess.
it was like her
You
life
saw that
as
Brett
a supermodel.
Ratner's. You saw that Brett Ratner, who's the director, and he's a well-known Hollywood director. He's done a lot of things. He's not only in the Epstein files, he's one of the few pictured guys. He's there snuggled up with 2 underage girls and Epstein, and that photo drops 2 days or something thereabout.
I think that
of
was
when the movie
Melania.
drops.
He's spooning Melania, but they cover her face in the Epstein files.
I haven't heard
these
that.
are smaller. These are
So
smaller.
one of the
people.
theories is that Epstein introduced Melania to Trump. They're trying to make that a thing.
Oh,
and
I
it may
didn't know
well
that
be.
was in question.
Oh, definitely in question. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
That is definitely not Trump's version of things.
You got to be careful. There's a bunch of stuff in there that we don't like.
Dude,
did you see
it is-
that Joe Biden? Jeffrey Epstein said that Joe Biden was killed in 2019, and men in masks were used subsequently. And so it's like,
Show me that. I'm going to need a link for that, buddy. Alex Jones might have gotten your ear again. I can't believe what you
you
said.
can read it.
Jesus,
I
this
want
one
to.
slid past the goalie on me. I thought Epstein introducing Melania to Trump was accepted fact, and
No, it'd be a big find if that were true.
fuck, I swear I worked so hard to be skeptical of like every claim I see, and that one wasn't salacious enough to me to like even be bad. Like it I don't know.
It would be a big
didn't-
deal if a guy who is known for trafficking Eastern European women to men of power while they're underage for sexual purposes had introduced the sitting president to his Eastern European quasi supermodel wife.
In my head, to me, it wouldn't, because she was in their 40s at least, I think, when they met. And so, you know, like
Was she?
So here's what he said. He
I don't know.
says, Biden is not your current president. The mask malfunctions
28.
on Biden are getting worse each day on purpose. They will end badly for blank, who is posing with a fucking clone on Facebook. The dude who played Biden ain't Biden. Real Biden was an evil, sick, angry man who abused children, including his own children. That's an actor with a fucking mask. We've been over this
Who said
1,000
this?
times. Appears to be Jeffrey Epstein emailing about it. And he spelled Biden, B-I-D-A-N,
Can I get a link?
in a couple of them. Yee.
Oh, is
But
this one?
that's what I mean is like I think they
definitely-
are throwing horse shit out there
get
in
the
addition to it,
Fuck. I
because a lot of these
I'm
stories are
disappointed.
like,
I'll have to be better, because I think in my self-impression, my impression of myself is that I'm very skeptical and not much gets past the goalie. Like everything I read, I'm like, don't trust this picture, verify it. Dude, this came from Reddit. Verify. And somehow this one wasn't salacious enough in my heart, you know, because she was a grown woman, and I wouldn't care if they were introduced by freaking Charles Manson. That doesn't have any relation to who they are. But
no real bearing. But I mean, it's hard. There's so much intentional misinformation. It's hard to see through stuff. And they posted a bunch of documents that were anonymous FBI tips with very salacious things.
And then they removed them, and then they put them back. At least some of the ones I saw. Yeah.
But they had it over because I saw people being dishonest, clipping those and being like, "Oh, check this crazy story out." And then it's like it says on that same document, like this person was interviewed. It was a person with no bearing whatsoever. Like that, it was investigated and came up bunk. But they have to release it. Yes.
So I didn't hear about investigated and came up bunk, but I did hear there were anonymous FBI tips put in there. And when I see that, I'm like, okay, everyone apply the same standard of proof. Like I heard Joe Rogan reporting factually that the Clintons had like 70 people murdered. And I'm like, okay, so your standard of proof is really low if it's the other guys. If it's your guys, then suddenly you have to see it yourself to believe that a bad thing happened. And that I hate. Just keep it consistent.
It's hard.
But it is hard.
38,000 mentions is as clear as I need to get.
Well, 38,000 is that's not correct. 38,000 is a New York Times, what do they call it? Proprietary software, and it includes Trump, Melania, and to quote them, various related words and phrases. And so
that makes sense.
Exposing what that,
if it's the Trump family,
how many
the Trump
times
name,
Trump's name was in there, and that's not true.
In for penny, in for pound. If they're mentioning Melania Trump, Donald Trump Jr., any of the Trump family, then that's good enough for me. And again, it's 28,000, more than 10 times the second.
38 is the number.
38, my bad. Yeah.
Trump itself has 4,798 so far. Who knows? There could be more.
So only double? You know what I mean? Like it's clear. It's clear that this is the guy. Like no matter how you parse the numbers or divide them or exclude mentions of his wife, his sons, his business, or his companies, like you exclude all that. Still, he's the guy.
He is seemingly the center of the files, and he was Epstein's best friend for over a decade. He was Epstein's friend seemingly after Epstein got caught being a pedo the first time. Like he's the center of this thing.
If Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia drew one of those yarn maps to like work this out, he'd solve it in half an hour. He'd be like, there'd be a big picture of Trump in the middle. Yeah, Charlie would absolutely wrap this one.
I don't trust Charlie. He's not very good at those things. He got the only example we have of him doing it is he got it totally wrong.
Can't get that's true.
He's a bit of a wild card. I'll grant you that.
Sylvia seemingly was a made-up person. That's fair. But with enough yarn, I'm sure I could make you believe Donald Trump is a pedophile mastermind, devil worshiper, which I'm like 85% sure now that he is.
My biggest frustration is the right-wing newsosphere who, suddenly they loved it when it was about Clinton. It's all they wanted to talk about. Now that it's about Trump, these young ladies were business women. They knew what they were signing up for. He's not technically a pedophile. It's a herbophile or whatever. Hepophile. Thank you. They like their gummies. I just see them painting it in an entirely different light. Children. Now that Trump is the focus of the Epstein files, it's like, we still talking about this, normalizing Joe fucking Rogan acting like, this was all going, it's not a big deal now. He's carrying water for him. Wild. Joe Rogan was invited to the island. He turned it down. Like he did the principal thing. He didn't want anything to do with it.
Good for Joe.
They tried to get him.